What mind-blowing, but simple, facts would satisfy a 4-year-old daughter's daily request for one fact before bedtime? Most elephants weigh less than a blue whale's tongue. Pineapples used to be so expensive that people would rent them as a centerpiece for their party. Scotland's national animal is a unicorn. A single strand of spaghetti is a spaghetto at birth. A baby panda is smaller than a mouse. Violin bows are usually made from horsehair. The color red doesn't make bulls angry. They are colorblind. Herringfish communicate with flatulence. If you heat up a magnet, it loses its magnetism. It snows metal on planet Venus. Garlic attracts leeches. In 1992, a shipping crate full of 28,000 rubber ducks fell off a ship. They kept washing up for years. Edit. Haha, you thought I was gonna say thanks for the silver and gold. Edit. But seriously, thank you for the silver and gold. Kangaroos can't walk backwards. Edit. I wanna make it clear that I have no idea who Daniel Tosh is, and when I say walk I mean hop. In Switzerland, it's illegal to own just one guinea pig. If you have any, you have to have at least two. They get lonely. Otters have skin pockets for their favorite rocks. There's an island in Japan, populated only by fluffy bunnies. When a bee is chosen to be the new queen, they are given a special type of honey that completely changes their bodies. Kind of like how a Pokemon evolves. Super simplified, but it's still pretty cool to think about. A polar bear's skin is black. Wow, gold, thank you so much. Butterflies smell with their feet. Edit. Wow, thanks for my first gold, stranger. Some species of burrowing spiders keep teeny tiny frogs in their burrows to keep it free of bugs too small for the spider to get that might try to eat the spider's eggs. This means that tiny frogs are spider cats. Horses are more closely related to rhinos than to deer. Pineapples are a collection of berries. There are more stars than there are grains of sand on all the beaches in the world. Cows can walk upstairs, but they can't walk down. From the time Pluto was discovered until the time it was demoted from planethood, it still hadn't made one complete revolution around the sun. It takes a little over 8 minutes for the light from the sun to get to Earth. This list of what groups of animals are called, i.e. a group of elephants is a parade, a group of owls is a parliament, a group of wild cats is called a destruction. Hippopotamus milk is pink. Some fish cough. Don't eat too many carrots or your skin will turn orange. That happened to my own daughter. Some frogs will glow when they eat fireflies. Before 1913 parents could mail their kids to grandma's through the postal service. A lot of the TV or internet video she watches comes via undersea cables. You've got 253 comments as of this post. Opus. Only 112 more to go for a full year's worth of facts. Here's mine. The Romans were some of the first people to wear bikinis. Fact. A curious 4-year-old can never be satisfied with one fact per day. Humans are bioluminescent and glow in the dark, but the light that we emit is 1,000 times weaker than our human eyes are able to pick up. Source. I once told my son that there was a scientist for everything. So we started a tradition where he'd pick something to see if there were people that studied it, and I'd give some age-appropriate examples of what they do. Edit. Thank you for the silver. Might suggest the study of metals and alloys, and when we use what kind. He's always talking about the different eras of human history: primitive age, modern age, future age, etc. So it'd be a good seg to Iron Age, Bronze Age. Editing again to add, since it's been mentioned in so many replies, apparently the podcast Arloges is like this. May not have the most family friendly vocabulary, but I don't know, I haven't listened to any of it. Owls cannot be choked. Giraffe tongues are black. The building in the world with the most toilets is Wembley Stadium. Cows get excited when they solve puzzles. The filling in a Kit Kat is broken up Kit Kats. One time a guy ate an aeroplane. It took him several years, but he did it. The little jump guinea pigs do when they're happy is called popcorning. When a cat walks towards you with its tail up, that means it likes you and is excited to see you. Elephants have a noise. That means there are bees here. Let's leave immediately. They played golf on the moon one time. I will add more if I think of them. What topics does she like? Your hand is exactly the same size as your face. Whack. Cashews come from a fruit. Dogs can tell when you're coming home by how much of your scent is left in the house if you have a daily routine. It rains diamonds on Saturn and Jupiter, other planets. Puffer fish are full of water. Not I don't know if that's mind blowing, but I learned that at the ripe old age of 38. It's logical when I think about it, but it never crossed my mind also. A spinning disc is going faster at the outer edge than in the middle. Whales are closer to cows than to sharks. Edit. Y'all are hilarious. And sh 4. I think mom/dad will deal with genome later. Male seahorses carry the baby in their tummy instead of the mommy. Making pennies cost more than their actual value. The name for the Arctic comes from the ancient Greek word for bear, Arctus, named after one of the constellations Ursa Major Big Bear or Ursa Minor Little Bear, but there are bears living there too. So basically, the Arctic is called bear, and the Antarctic is called not bear. Edit. Slight fact correction. Thanks you /Wolfie Rampant. Lobsters were considered disgusting and low-class food, to the point that feeding them to prisoners too often was considered cruel and unusual punishment. Also, they are basically just big sea roaches. There's a D is fridge, but not in refrigerator. Tigers have striped skin. A woodchuck belongs to the family of ground squirrels. There are more ways to arrange a deck of cards than there are stars in our galaxy. Cheese is just a loaf of milk. You are closer to death now than you have ever been. 1. Animals that lay eggs don't have belly buttons. 2. Slugs have 4 noses. 3. Camels have 3 eyelids. 4. Flamingos turn pink from eating shrimp. 5. Kangaroos cannot walk backwards. 6. A hummingbird weighs less than a penny. 7. Broccoli is classified as both a vegetable and a flower. 8. The Hawaiian alphabet only has 12 letters. 9. Fish cough. 10. Snails breathe through their foot. 11. If you keep a goldfish in a dark room it will turn white. 12. Bullfrogs never sleep. 13. Elephants can't jump. 14. Pigs can get a sunburn. 15. Fish can drown. 16. The average American eats approximate 35,000 cookies in his/her life. 17. Only male turkeys gobble. 18. Penguins are the only birds that can both swim and not fly. 19. Male kangaroos are called boomers and females are called flyers. 20. Koalas sleep 22 hours a day. 21. Kangaroos can't smell. A platypus lays eggs and has milk, making it the only mammal that could in theory make its own custard. Ask her to give you one fact in exchange of one fact. This will encourage her to learn more and try to meet the daily one fact before bed. The distance from your inner elbow to your wrist is the same as the length of your foot. This one is fun because it sounds insane. The forearm looks longer, but if you put your foot to your arm you see that it's accurate. If you put both hands in front of you and write a word, your non-dominant hand will write an exact mirror of your dominant hand without you having to think about it. It will work with shapes too if she's too young to write words. My experience telling my 4-year-old an interesting fact. Someday the sun is going to burn out. Panics, the sun is going to burn out. Don't worry, it won't happen until long after you get old and die. Panic intensifies. I'm going to get old and die. Male lions sleep 23 of the 24 hours in a day. No land animal can match humans for endurance. Your family probably has a wealth of history behind it. Start telling them about grandma and grandpa when they were young. There are more trees on planet Earth than there are stars in our galaxy. What body part grows 10 times its size when stimulated? The pupil of the eye. Popcorn is a vegetable. Elephants are the only animals with 4 knees. Edit. Because everyone loves semantics and an explanation made for a 4-year-old is apparently too simple. Elephants have 4 forward-facing knees. The front knees are the equivalent to our wrists, while the hind knees are evolutionary the same structure as our knees. Typically quadrupeds have the knee, or stifle, further up, while the hock, the backwards bending joint in dogs, cats, horses, etc., which is the equivalent to our ankle, is the primary joint of the hind limb. Bananas are berries, but strawberries aren't. Jupiter is a gas giant, just like Uncle Johnny. Brigadier Cernil Zalab is a king penguin. He is Colonel-in-Chief of the Norwegian King's Guard, as well as the mascot. He currently lives in the Edinburgh Zoo in Scotland. In the light spectrum all colors combined equal white, while in art all colors combined equals black. The speed needed to break the sound barrier is lowest at sea level due to air density. Kit Kats are made out of Kit Kats. Billy goats wee on their heads, to smell better for the lady goats. Zebras are black with white stripes, not white with black stripes. You can always see your own nose, but your brain learns to filter it out. You can always feel your own tongue residing inside your mouth. The only thing you are able to see clear is the exact spot you're looking at. Your brain just fills in the rest. Oh, and the periphery of your vision is in black and white. Parrotfish are responsible for most of the sand in the world. They eat coral looking for the good stuff and spit out the chewed up pieces, which happens to now be sand. All bananas are identical clones of each other. If you accelerated constantly as fast as a dragster, it would take you 3 months to get to the speed of light.